some typical news that you might see for clickbait type things, right? Let's go to HollywoodLife.com. Yeah. This website is done by an individual named, what is this? By Bonnie Fuller. Hollywood Life. All right. Hollywood Life. Gotta love that. All right. Now, this is January 9th, and the headline reads this. Simpsons fans think this 1996 episode predicted the terrifying riots at the U.S. Capitol. Oh, okay. All right. We've heard this stuff before, right? We've heard the Simpsons kind of doing the prediction thing, and Nostradamus of the modern days. It's the Simpsons. They predicted Donald Trump being president, and among many other things, as they say, right? It's never exact. It's kind of like more of like the Nostradamus quatrains a little bit. But let's see. Let's see if they actually nailed this one. So one more time. Simpsons fans think this 1996 episode predicted the terrifying riots at U.S. Capitol. All right. So let's read some of this. Let's see. Score another totally absurd but shockingly accurate prediction into the future for The Simpsons. The Fox animated show has had a long track record of making fun of things that would likely never occur, but ultimately did. The most famous one featured future President Lisa Simpson complaining in 1999 episode about inheriting quite a budget crunch from President Trump, who actually became POTUS in 2016. POTUS being President of the United States, for those of you that aren't up on these stupid political terms they use. Anyway, now they've done it again by predicting the riots Trump incited, notice the language, people, on January 6, 2021, where he encouraged followers to head to the U.S. Capitol and fight Congress certifying Joe Biden's November 3rd, 2020 presidential win via the Electoral College. All right. So here we go. Now this is just a quick, tiny little clip from The Simpsons when they supposedly predicted the future here. All right. So let's see what this is. Let's just watch. It's like only 8 seconds long. Should be able to get away with playing this and not have the copyright gods come down on our heads. But let's play just 8 seconds and see. Is this a prediction of what actually happened?
Doors open, boys. Doors open, boys.
Okay, there you go. Couple times through. You guys have the link if you want to put that on loop ad nauseum until you fall asleep tonight. That's up to you. I'm not going to subject you to that. Okay, but here we go. So in a 1996 episode, The Day the Violence Died, the Itchy and Scratchy Show has been replaced by a version of Schoolhouse Rock's I'm Just a Bill segment, where the white rolled up parchment who talks about how it is now legal for policemen to beat those liberal freaks while atop the steps at the U.S. Capitol. The anthropomorphic amendment tells a group of gun-firing and bomb-exploding amendments, doors open, boys, as the amendments howl and run up the steps, about to cause violence. All right. What's up, Noble Cali? I see there. Thanks, guys, for showing up in the chat. Eli, first, as always, thank you. Consistency. I tell you what, nobody can beat Eli. That's the gold standard for being here first. All right. So we're talking about Simpsons, and did they predict this again? Okay. So now a couple things that I noticed about this. Clearly, let's just one more time. Let's just burn through this. Is the Simpsons again predicting the future? So one more time. Let's just play this. And notice a couple things right off the bat.
Doors open, boys. Doors
all right.
open,
so
boys.
they're firing. So they're charging up the stairs armed with guns, and one has a bomb. All right. So I don't know. Is there a parallel here? It just seems like we stretch further and further, don't we? We stretch further and further. So first, as far as I'm aware, there were no guns. There were no people shooting at this Capitol thing, just FYI. There were bombs reported, but not actually at the Capitol itself, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, okay. My exasperation continues. Here we go. Twitter user Francis Creven posted the scene and wrote, "Simpsons predicted it many years ago. Hashtag Capitol Hill, hashtag Washington, D.C. After Trump supporters looted, vandalized, and terrorized the Capitol building and staff on January 6th while attempting an insurrection, another more recent Simpsons episode was brought up that seemed to predict the violence and mayhem. That one aired on November 1st, 2020. 2 days prior to the presidential election. Homer Simpson fell asleep dreaming of voting in the presidential election and missed the actual act of doing so. As a result, he was shown sitting atop a building in downtown Springfield on Inauguration Day, holding a shotgun while the city was aflame and in ruins, as January 20th, 2021 was shown at the bottom of the screen. Several users found screen grabs of that moment in the episode and the Capitol rioting and posted them and put them in a nice little collage here all together. You know how they do it. You know how these folks do it. They're clever, right? They're with their memes and their memeologies and these things. But yeah, so we got this, and then we got this. You know, there's Homer sitting on top of the house, and then yeah, right? Yeah, totally. This is all like exact, right? I mean, no, no, but all right. Well, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like, close enough. Horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Close enough. Sure, fine. They predicted it. Fine. Twist my arm. All right. Now, here's the next one. Let's go to observers.france.24. I don't know what this website is, but this is. Did the Simpsons really predict the riot at the United States Capitol? And so this is actually kind of one kind of poo-poo in the idea and saying, nah, I don't think so. But here we go. So back in the summer 2020, some social media users claimed that the popular cartoon The Simpsons had predicted the protests against police violence and racial injustice that swept the United States after the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis. Now, some are claiming that The Simpsons also predicted the storming of the Capitol on January 6th. Amazed users have been sharing an image showing The Simpsons standing in front of the Capitol next to a person draped in the American flag and wearing an animal skin and horns on his head. Everybody remember Buffalo Boy here from the things, the riot, or the protest, as you're not even allowed to say. The outfit looks strikingly similar to that worn by insurrectionist Jake Angeli when he participated in the riot on the Capitol. Because of this similarity, many social media users have been sharing the image and hailing the show's creators as visionaries who predicted the insurrection. The insurrection. The language, guys. The language. Insurrection. Social media user Novello Vladimiro hails the creators of The Simpsons as visionaries, for he sees as okay, we just read that. Why is it false? It turns out, however, that this image is a photo montage of 3 distinct images created by an unknown person. It isn't an excerpt from the animated series at all. The first image used in the photo montage just shows a Simpsons family. If you crop the image to just show the family, you can run the cropped image through the reverse image search and get this. All right, so they again, people concocting these stories, right? People making this shit up. People stretching. All right, I'm all for a good prediction that comes true. Like I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. But come on, there's almost nothing here that's the same, right? Almost nothing here. But okay, so anyway, so they did, using the same reverse image technique, we discovered the background image of the Capitol building is from episode 2, season 3 of The Simpsons. The image was flipped in the final montage. So there we go. There's the picture. And then we have this. Then we have the same technique of the cropped image. So it showed the man wearing an animal skin and then ran that through the reverse image search. And we discovered that the original image is from the video game, The Simpsons Springfield, and it's called Bare-Chested Willie. The character appears in exactly the same position and stance on Simpsons fan websites. Okay, so here's the montage, right? So it's people making shit up again. It's people. This is again, right? This is why we hate the news. This is why we hate clickbait. This is why we hate politics. This is why this shit never ends. This is fake. This is fake. And again, you know, the first one there was a ridiculous stretch. This one is literally like a faked up Photoshop job. Link in the article so you can follow along with this if you prefer. But okay, you see, right? We've talked about this Simpsons stuff in the past as part of like the time travel shows and things like this. You know, cited as quote evidence or these types of things. But really, guys, we got fake stuff happening here.